It's the third game of the day. Southeast Elite and the Connecticut Junior Rangers here on the centering at the Nicholas Sportsplex. First game of the day for these two teams. Third overall. Connecticut 2-0 and Southeast 1-1. Here we go. Underway. It's a battle of the blues here. Connecticut in the darker royal blue and Southeast in the more turquoise with orange galore. Robert McKellar getting it in deep. Going to pressure Kozachenko. Here's a chance in front. Save made, and the rebound pops out to the top of the circle where a shot is blocked. Well done there by Jonathan Whams to get in the way of that shot. Delayed offsides here on Southeast. Connecticut. 8-4 win against Sauk St. Louis and 8-1 win against Shamrocks Elite. They're averaging 8 goals a game if you can't tell. On the other end, Southeast with a 7-0 win against the Young Kings, but a 5-2 loss against Battery. And a good game there. Battery just went down to Finland. Finland is arguably the favorite now, considering that they've whooped another team. 3-0 now. Here's a 3-2. Bianco can't pull the trigger. And it's worked to the top of the circle where it's tapped out. Southeast will reset. Lincoln Bucci, who still leads his team with 6 goals, although he was held to nothing in the recent game against Battery. A double hat trick against the Young Kings. In deep it goes. Checking his area is Austin Byrne before trying to break it out. Now held at the point and smacked back down. Bucci trying to make a move. Taps it back down. Byrne. Over for Whalen. Worked up the wall efficiently to Antonacci. Antonacci gets in the net there for Connecticut. They look to have been McKellar. Both teams with fairly short benches. Connecticut with an extra 2. 12 skaters to Southeast's 10. But still 2 very talented teams. Up ahead, and here comes Des Roys. Des Roys with a nice move. Nice save in denial by Minot. Now a wind-up shot. Oh, what a shot block. That's going to hurt him in the morning. Jackson Hartley. And meanwhile, here's Maxime Gauthier. Gauthier chops it wide. Cole Smith out of the zone and the length of the ice for icing. High-paced start here. Connecticut Junior Rangers, the most cemented program in Super Series AAA hockey. Famously known for their efforts in this tournament at the Brick up in Edmonton. If you play AAA hockey, you know who the Connecticut Junior Rangers are. They're trying to make a statement. They were back in the championship game back in 2023 at this tournament. And they lost to the Sauk St. Louis Lions in an incredible game. They did not make it to the championship last year, which was a shocker to many, considering they had one of the best pool play records. Trying to track it down is Antonacci. Now Byrne up ahead. Nice move by Griffin. Sales nudged off at the end. Sales has 5 goals in 2 games. And nearly earned a 6th there. No, pardon me, that was Reese Janas. Tough to tell with the tuck numbers sometimes. Faced off to the left of Raphael Minot. Pushed ahead by Southeast out into the neutral zone. That is number 9, Griffin Sales. Thank goodness for the TV numbers. Whalen banks it off the wall. Here's Sales. Across now. Jax Arnone. Arnone centering pass loose in front and dug out by Whams. Whams vertical. Chasing it now, Preston Crisp. 4 minutes into the first period. Shots on goal 3-0, favoring Connecticut. And Minot has stopped them all. Here is Bucci pushing it over the blue line. Bucci, what a move. Oh my, denied in front. What a save there. That is Benjamin Gloatz in net for Connecticut. Impressive game the previous time around for Gloatz. Played against the Shamrocks Elite. Stopped 10 out of 11 in that one. Desro's centering pass and a shot just over the top right corner. All the way back out, and Connecticut will retreat to their own zone. This one is intercepted by D'Souza. Across the blue line, Bianco. Far side, fire off the post. A handful of looks from each side already. Here's Sales on a center, no. Reese Janaz across. McKellar chasing into the corner. McKellar backhanded up the wall. Janaz breaking free, can't keep up. Pushed out to the red line and sent back ahead by Smith. This could be numbers for Connecticut if they hurry. They could not. Puck was stuck near the blue line. The other way now comes Demid Kondrashov. Kondrashov toe drag in his feet, can't pull it out. And quickly the other way, Sales banks it off the wall. Stretch pass for Brucella. Back down. Corner battle ensues. Coaches vocalizing heavily from their respective benches. Shamus, Brucella. And now here comes the breakout, should I say, from Austin Byrne. Byrne was scattered away in the slot. Crisp pushes it up the near side wall, just to be scraped up to Byrne at the top. Tracing his way down, finds Brucella. Brucella goes down. Now it's Desraw. Desraw down below the net in a foot race with Bucci. Brucella got a tap on it, now thrown right in front, nobody present, and Lincoln Bucci takes advantage. Odd man rush for Southeast Elite. Lincoln Bucci, nice move. Another, but it came loose. It hit the skate of the Connecticut defender, and it is cleared out of the zone. 2-on-1 the other way, nothing going there. And sent to Smith on the near side. Cole Smith over the blue line. Smith trying to scrape it across, can't do so. Janaz follows up with a shot, saved there by Minot, and they blew the whistle. We have a whistle coming. And what is believed to be a penalty. Preston Crisp for holding. .7:24 to go. First power play chance for either side in this game, as the Junior Rangers look to find one. Janaz down the wall. Now Denoy across. There's Roy. Now pushing ahead. Maximim Gauthier. Gautier's nudged off. 30 seconds through the power play for Connecticut, and they have to reset in their own end. Reese Janoz. Janoz crashing towards the crease. Tried a short side stuff, won't go. Rebound is being battled for and deflects into the netting after multiple sticks hit it at once. Janoz takes it off the draw. Sent across, settled down now by Byrne. Back to the side, Janoz, backhander blocked. Well done by Hartley. We got a delayed penalty coming for a slash. And we'll be at even strength. Nobody's going to the box yet. And it looks to have been Smith who did it. 58 seconds of 4-on-4, and then a minute 2 of a Southeast power play. Each team with only one power play goal so far in this tournament. Four on four, so that's an icing. Here's a pass out to Antonacci. He will find Jax Arnone. Arnone with a move. It could not work. Covered by Minot. Styhouse a 3-2 lead on the Lac St. Louis Lions. Shamrocks Elite leads the Young Kings 2-1. Rangers off the draw. Takeaway, and here comes a breakaway. It's Jonathan Whams who had his stick lifted. What a back check by Brody Devois. Devois now backhand trying to stuff it. Back the other way we go. Whams again. Preston Crisp out of the box in under 10 seconds. Battle ensues below the goal line. Gauthier. Up top to Souza. Back for Gauthier. It's now a power play for Southeast. Pass doesn't go as planned, and it is cleared by Reese Janoz. Fresh 4 out there for Connecticut. D'Souza went down. Not enough for a call. Jackson Hartley. Hartley up to the point. Wide open is D'Souza unwinding one. Save made, and the rebound is tapped and ricochets to the corner. Glowacz has to make a stressful save number 2. Southeast patient to get over the blue line. Now it's Bianco driving inside. Taken away. Even strength as Janoz is up ahead. He took a check. It's stick down by Bianco. Benjamin Bianco, who has been the sidekick of Lincoln Bucci so far in this tournament. Couldn't get anything going there, and instead now it's Shamus Burchella chipping in deep. Here's Bucci. He'll push it ahead. Endless gas in the tank for him. Fended off well there, though, by Connecticut. Steaming ahead is Antonacci. Glued against the wall. Southeast regains. Kelsler, Kozachenko up for Bianco, pushed in. And now Byrne takes back. 3:20 to play in the first period. No icing. Far side official gives the notation there. Pushed up the ice now by Hartley. Gauthier in to chase. Heavy forecheck here from Southeast. This is what it turns into. Robert McKellar can't find it. He's got teammates, oh, that can on a sharp angle shot. Arnone couldn't get it to go. Here's Bianco. Looking to stretch it across the ice. Desperately in need of a change. And then McKellar went down, and that's what draws a whistle. It looks to be Preston Crisp once again. Connecticut gets another crack. Whipped around the wall. Awkward carom off the trim on the glass. Now here's Reese Chenas. He'll fire off mark. Up to the point, winding one up and faking it was Smith. Antonacci off sides, so he had to wait. Smith backtracks. Defenseman on the far side with a spill. And that's Whams with no mercy. Drags him down. Pushed out to the blue line, kept in by D'Souza. But not for long. Antonacci stretches it across. DeRock. Fires. Save Minot. And that's going to get a beating. Robert McKellar just slashes Minot in the chest. Not exactly necessary. 1:45 to go in the first period. It's the Northeast Talents versus the Southeast. This is held in, but not for long by Byrne. Here comes Bianco. Bianco into the corner. That's some great shadowing there by Whalen. Loose in front of the crease and dug out by Arnone. Jacks Arnone up center ice. Arnone still going. Bruchella in front. They shoot, and it's into the logo of Minot. The point now, Smith turns it aside to the far side and a shot patted away. Risky pinch there by Smith now creates a 2-on-1, but not Bianco. It was pushed too far ahead by Kondrashov. The roar back the other way. Give and go. The rebound on the near side, wide of the net. How is that not in? McKellar with a valuable opportunity. Under 50 to go in period number 1. This is sent right in on Glowacz. And he will cover. Still 6 seconds left on the penalty to Preston Crisp. Hasn't been the greatest of power plays here from Connecticut. And now we are at even strength. Crisp out of the box. We'll send Kondrashov on. Nice move by McKellar on the backhand. Covering the post well was Minot. Here's a shot from Smith. Stick down. D'Souza launches it. Stick down by Smith. Smith will have to wait. Well aware of the offsides. He's checked by Gauthier. We play on. Robert McKellar up ahead. Janaz with a shot. Loose in front. Covered at the buzzer. We played 15 minutes, and it's the goalie stealing the show. 13 combined saves between the two. But how about Raphael Minot stopping all 11? Quick break here on WSBN. We'll be right back. Here we go, period number 2. Not a goal yet in the score sheet. 11-2 shots on goal favoring Connecticut. Glowacz has not been tested with too much so far. But when he's needed, he's made the stops. Jax Arnone drops back. Antonacci waits. Skips it through Burton to the other point. Shot saved by the glove of Minot. We get a whistle. We got 3 tight games at the moment. Shamrocks Elite lead the Young Kings 3-2. And how about this? After Stuyhouse scores 3 goals in the first, the Lac St. Louis Lions score 3 goals in the second, and they're knotted up at 3 apiece. Offsides, 14-19 now. Ben Glowacz, Connecticut goalie, tied for the 3rd best goals allowed average in this tournament. Hasn't been too busy yet, but that can always change. Down the wall. And wheeled up it. Kept in now. Bucci waits. Bucci backhander. What a save. Turnaround fire. Blocker save. Ross sends it across. McKellar, his pocket picked. Crisp has a man wide open ahead. Ben Bianco on a breakaway, scores! Bianco just pump faked fist bumps through the bench because there was nobody on it. That's how shorthanded this Southeast Elite team is. And still they've propelled ahead to a 1-0 lead. Thomas Bruchella gets in deep. Kondrashov moving. Exactly 2 minutes into period number 2. Here's D'Souza over the line, flipping across. Bucci, centering pass off the skate. That was Gauthier, who's now pressured in the corner by Byrne. 1-0 Southeast Elite, trying to creep above 500. Here comes a chance. It sails inside. Cannot finish. Well played by D'Souza defensively. Back to the front of the net. Friendly fire. 2 Southeast skaters collide. Sales throws it down the wall. Bruchella had Arnone in front. Now he comes below the net to reinforce. Everybody's below the goal line. Sales and some tight congestion. And it's chipped off the wall for Demid Kondrashov. Kondrashov gets around Byrne into the corner now. He'll pump the brakes. Check from behind. Stays on his feet. Kondrashov trying to center. Bianco in front. Bucci settles, trying to pull the trigger on the backhand now. And that is some incredible defense there by Byrne. Bucci not giving up. Bucci fires, it's blocked. Now it's Crisp. He'll shoot, and that's redirected off a body and wide. This breakout pass gets through everybody. Connecticut will still change 3, leaving some ice open down center. And it was Hartlieb. Nothing to show for it. Shots on goal now 12-6, still favoring scoreless Connecticut. Rafael Minot, one of the best save percentages in this tournament so far. Helped that he blanked the Young Kings 19 consecutive saves. And then still, even their loss, he stopped 24 out of 28, which is not half bad against Battery. Battery won 5-2, but that 5th goal was an empty netter. So back out it comes to Hartlieb, leading it ahead for Bianco. Bucci in the help. Lincoln Bucci works by 1. And then it's jabbed out towards the blue line, kept in. Shot from a distance by Kozachenko is patted aside. As Glowacz gets another stop. Takeaway down low, Crisp on the backhand. Bianco open, fires, and that won't go. Brody DeRoy, nothing coming. He spun around and loses his footing. Crisp on a takeaway. Numbers for Southeast, even though one fell. Into the slot, Gauthier wide of the net. Up to the point now, Kozachenko. He'll line one up. It's high on Connecticut. Changes from both sides. great game so far. 1-0 Southeast. Quick shot off the draw, glove down by Glowacz. Face off to the left of Glowacz, flipped up in the air by Gauthier. And now quickly out of the pile comes Burchella. Burchella, D'Souza tying him up. Now into the corner is Griffin Sales on a centering pass. Here's a shot. McKellar never got there, deflected wide. And here's a quick 2-on-1 out of nowhere. Kondrashov knocked to the ice. And it's going to be a power play for Southeast. Robert McKellar. Face-off drawn back to D'Souza. Bianco up to the point. D'Souza back for Bianco. Another power play chance here for Southeast. Bianco losing an edge. Held in now. Sauced across. Hartley with a shot. Save. Glowacz saw it all the way through. Foot race for this one. Reese Janas taking advantage and nearly backhanded to the top corner, like Patrick Kane used to do here in the city of Chicago. Reminiscent. Up to Crisp. Preston Crisp working to the outside. He's patient. Backdoor tap in there for Bianco, but that pass well too hot and high to handle. DeRaw clears. Southeast changes their forward line. Only 2 lines for Southeast today and throughout the tournament. Exactly 10 skaters. Connecticut fairly shorthanded as well with 12. Probably the second shortest team that I have at least seen with my own eyes in this tournament. And not as in shortest as in height, as in numbers. D'Souza looking to stretch it across. Kondrashov now. Demid Kondrashov wheels around the net. On his backhand, left it behind. Give and go now. Kondrashov turns on his forehand. He's got a man across. He sees him. And whams, looks back door. Not there. 7 minutes to play on the game clock. 10 seconds left on the power play. Whams with a shot wide. It's going to come around and was nearly tapped home by Gauthier. Kondrashov still jabbing. Gauthier piles free the rebound, throws it to the slot, whams a shot wide of the net. We're back at even strength. D'Souza across, a shot deflected wide. It escaped, it appeared actually. Stick then escape. And in the blink of an eye, the shots are nearly even. I believe that's 5 consecutive from Southeast. And at one point, the shots were 11-2. Since then, Southeast has outshot them 9-1. Completely flipped the switch here in the second period. Sales waits. Now attempts to throw it to the middle, nothing goes. Sales backhands it in front. He had a man open. That's out of the reach of Bianco, and that's good for icing. Still 3-2 behind us in favor of the Shamrocks over the Young Kings. After this game, we won't return until 1:30 at Slovakia versus the Blades of Minnesota. After that, here on the center rink, we have Everest and Western. Another save made by Manon. For these guys, Southeast Elite plays at 5 p.m. against Stuyhouse on the North Rink. And we will see you Rangers people back here for what should be the game of the day. Connecticut versus Finland. That is going to be awesome. Face off to the left of Minot. Finland just improved to 3-0. Connecticut is trying to do the same, but they find themselves down at the moment. Here's a shot denied. Touched across by Byrne, could not be kept in. Tough goings there for Luciano. Janaz now over the blue line. He's down on a knee for just a moment. Antonacci follows up. Luca Antonacci cannot finish the play. Janaz works it back to the point. It's sent right back down. Janaz down low. Rucella on a wraparound try. Denied there by Minot. Played back across. Here's another point shot. Trickles wide. And we will have a whistle. High sticking. I don't know about that. I'm not too sure. We'll go all the way back to the Connecticut defensive zone. Southeast want to have a quick conversation. Now we play on. Brody DeRa. There's Ra. Nice move to the backhand. The forehand off the crossbar. Doesn't get much closer than that. Had the goalie beat. Both goalies should be hugging their posts. The Nets made a couple of great stops as well as them. Arnone taken away, and back to the Connecticut blue line we go. McKellar, along with others now in a battle. It's a 3-on-3 right in front of the Junior Rangers bench. Janaz fresh off the bench into pressure. Stretch pass across now. Trying to settle down a puck. Bucci inside, scores! 7th goal of the tournament for Lincoln Bucci. That is tied for the second most in the tournament. 2-0 Southeast. Urchela. Now up the wall it comes. It's held in by Smith. Risky pass taken away by Bianco. Bianco's got Crisp to his left. He's taking it solo. Bianco, forehand, score! Second goal for Bianco in this game, and Southeast is running away. Crisp. Up ahead now for Bucci. Not sure if he intended to pass or shoot there. He's got it now. Takeaway, and here comes Urchela. Nope, sorry. That's James Whalen. Whalen nudged off the puck. Now Bianco. He's met at the blue line. I would say that's clean. Just kind of collided with him. But I'm not a ref. Cameron Denner. High slot, winding up D'Souza. A knuckle puck. Made its way to the net. And nearly the follow-up angled in. Here's a deflection. Never got its way to the net. Good idea by Gauthier nonetheless. Kondrashov, nothing to show for there. Back up top, 1:20 to go in the second. 3-0 lead for Southeast. Connecticut could really use one. They're still out shooting Southeast, 15-13. Shots on goal in the previous game, I believe, were 29-11 in that range, and it was the team that 11 shots that won. That, of course, was the ESH National Selects beating the Western Selects 4-3. Here is Hartlieb. Hartlieb winds up, and it's a change-up taken in to the glove of Gloatz. Save number 11 for Benjamin Gloatz. Smith surveys the ice. Southeast coaching yelling, "Get up." Seeing a weaker forecheck from his guys. 20 seconds. This will knock it out. Still time to get a shot. McKellar once again trying for redemption. McKellar could not get to the forehand. Here's a shot from the point. Blocked. Dara, final second. Go! It is the Rafael Minot show. 17 stops on 17 shots. And he will get a much-deserved breather along with the rest of each player, sporting different shades of blue out here in what has been a great game so far. Southeast leads by 3. We will be back on WSBN.
I'm Dr. Cassie Preston. My job as a mental performance coach is to help elite athletes just like you to consistently perform at your capabilities. But in order to do that, you need to reliably get in the zone. The problem is, like most athletes, you spend too much time in your own head, worrying, overthinking, and are doubting yourself.
Welcome back to the Nicholas Sportsplex Center Rink for the third period. A 3-0 lead for Southeast Elite. As we speak, in the driver's seat to move into 2-1 and knocking Connecticut down to 2-1. But we saw it earlier. No game is finished until there's a buzzer. Western Selects were down by 3 at the start of the third to the ESH National Selects. And boy, did they come back so close. You could argue that game should have gone to overtime with a puck that looked like it might have gone in. It was rolled off. The point is, this game is far from over. We'll see what Connecticut has. What tricks they obtain in their hat here in the third period. Underway. Bianco with 2 goals for Southeast Elite. Not out there at the moment. And how about Minot? 17 saves so far. Gloatz with 11. Here is Gauthier chasing into the near side corner. Smith on his tail, able to poke check it away. It's sent across now, and here comes Robert McKellar with speed. McKellar trying to make a move. Nothing comes out of it. Oh, and they call a late penalty. I don't know about that one. Kessler Kozachenko to the box. Just 37 seconds in, Connecticut will get another chance on the man advantage. Brody DeRaw taking the face-off for them. A tie-up that is still up for grabs. Antonacci drops it back. Here's a drive over the crossbar. Antonacci once again trying to get it down the wall. It was blocked. D'Souza just gets it out far enough, as they will have to regenerate in the neutral zone. Smith. DeRaw leaves it behind for Janos. Reese Janos has it poked away, and it's turned back in by Gauthier. Here's McKellar. Sauces it back up top. Smith across. Left up. Janos a shot. Fanda. Not get the greatest of contact on it. Antonacci throws it back to the far side, and it's given away once again, but then taken back. Brody does walk. Checked at center. Bucci now. Lincoln Bucci put in a sandwich, and we're going to go to 4-on-4. That's really all you can do to stop him right now. He scored his 7th goal of the tournament earlier on in this game. McKellar goes to serve the penalty. A little bit of a mix-up there. Now ready to go. 47 seconds of 4-on-4. We are not ready to go. Not sure what the problem is here. Okay. Crisp at center. And now we drop the puck. Face-off one back by Jack Zarnone. Off the wall it comes. Arnone chips ahead to Souza. Will turn back and survey the ice. Gives it to Denner. Denner spun it back. D'Souza runs over a Ranger. Nice move by Kondrashov. Followed up on and backhanded by Chris, but denied. Glowacz with the stop. D'Souza takes it back at the point and lets one go. That is not off the stick the way he intended it. Crisp turns back ahead. And now Kozachenko's out of the box. Wham's on. It is a just about cut in half power play. Jabbed at here by Kozachenko, or should I say Kondrashov. Nothing comes out of it. Held in here by Sale, or sorry, that is Hartley. Hartley dancing around, threw it to the side. Bucci looking down low. And now here's the Raw out of nowhere. Wham's on the breakout pass, just skips over the stick, or should I say under the stick of Bucci for an icing. To the left of Minot, we are 3 minutes and 35 seconds in. Still Connecticut does not have a shot log. Shots are even at 17. Here's Sales trying to change that. Perhaps put a goal up on the board as well. Bruchella on the back check. And here comes Gauthier up ahead. Wham's knocked off. McKellar. Bruchella's hit. And we've got a delayed whistle, but it's going to be a penalty. And this time, Jonathan Whams is going to the box. Smith across. Dara up top. Here's Janaz with a quick shot. Save. Rebound! Also denied by Minot. Around the wall it comes, and still Connecticut held scoreless. They do get a shot on. Antonacci backhands it aside. To Raw. Up the wall, through the legs of Janaz, who takes a spill. And here's Bianco for the chance of a hat trick, but he overskates the puck. Smith, up ahead it is Raw. Out of the reach of McKellar, going to chase now. This will come all the way back to Reese Janaz. Dances by Bucci and advances it ahead for it is Raw. It's Raw with a shot over the crossbar. McKellar swings it in front. Does Raw with the shot. Save. Minot with another. Antonacci. He'll fire. That's blocked. Pushed out of the zone. Cole Smith with 35 to go. And here's a chance for Damid Kondrashov. Kondrashov to the forehand. Score! And quickly off the draw, here's Crisp. Quick shot, glove down by Watts. Tie ball game behind us between the Young Kings and Shamrocks. And after trailing 3-0, Aux St. Louis has scored 5 unanswered. They look to get their first win in 2025. Fandon shot. Here is Crisp. Defended by Byrne. Crisp knocked off the puck. Kondrashov. This all the way down. Icing called. Dante D'Souza gets it down the wall. There's Joie on the breakout pass. McKellar chasing after Denner. Now Benjamin Bianco. 2 goals in this contest. McKellar with speed. He goes sliding in the boards. And Connecticut once again is going to the power play. Lost spun in front. Another look at the power play. This, I believe, is number 4. It's been a lot. Slid across, and that is directed wide by Antonacci. Back in front as well, down low. Backhander wide to the net. Smith, pressured. Gauthier trying to snag it. Janos turns on his forehand. Pressure coming forth. Antonacci digs it loose. A minute left on the penalty to Cameron Denner. Here's Joie. Nothing again. And here is Bucci. Lincoln Bucci towards the net. Save. Preston Byrne. Up ice, intercepted. There's a nice move as James Whalen wheels in. Whalen turns on his forehand. A little bit of a late pass there to Arnone. And this is what it turns into. No icing. Bucci was open in front. Bianco could not get it there. And now here is Sales. Griffin Sales getting by. Up top could not be held. Crisp runs away with it. 2-on-1. Crisp looking at Bucci. Waits. Fires wide. That would have started the running clock. Here's Southeast again. Nobody's touching Hartley. And he misfires. McKellar can't get it out of the zone. Kick back to the stick of Crisp. Pushed ahead. Preston Crisp denied. And the rebound is bodied aside. Eldon at the point. Denner afire. Blocked off a stick. Denner fresh out of the box. Fires it back in. And collides with McKellar. Janaz spun around. McKellar swipes it ahead. 2-on-2. Robert McKellar gets around Whams. Centering pass. 2 Rangers there and nobody tapped it in. Janaz spins it to the near side. Taken away Whams. Oh boy, nearly deflected into the net. And here's Smith. Smith to the side. Bruchella's shot. Butterfly save by Minot. Now Sales batting it down. What a pass, and they score! Cole Smith on a beautiful feed from Griffin Sales, and the game is not over yet. Connecticut trying to be one of 4 teams to have a 3-0 record. It's not going to come easy. They will need to pull off quite the comeback. A goal every minute and some change. It's doable. Got to move now. Tap back ahead by Kozachenko. Bianco left it behind for Crisp. Pressing Crisp for Lincoln. Bucci! Blocker save. Batted on top of the net. And that will draw a whistle. You are not allowed to play it once it is on the top. Side of the net is an exception. And that faceoff does come out of the zone. That's a good catch by the officials. Last touched by Southeast. 3:10 to go. D'Souza chips it in. Smith, who just scored the goal, pressured by Gauthier. Sauce pass taken in ahead by Jax Arnone. Arnone throws it aside. Here's a shot. Save. Rebound. Smith. Score! Southeast Elite deflects it into their own net. And it's last touched by Smith, who's got it second. Timeout called by Southeast with 2:39 to play. Or sorry, that might have been by Connecticut. Coaches talking to each of their teams. On the Southeast bench, you got Rene Gauthier, Ernie Hartlieb. That looks to be Bob Janoz and Shannon DeRaw, sorry. Connecticut still feels the momentum. A timeout to try to interrupt any of that. We'll see if it works. Arnone's pass intercepted. Chris will fire it in. Hand is up for icing. Tad late. All counts the same. We'll keep an eye on Benjamin Glowatz. There he goes. I guess we don't need to anymore. 6 attackers out the gate on this offensive zone faceoff for Connecticut, needing 2 goals in the next 2 minutes and 28 seconds. Trying to avoid their first loss of the tournament. Arnone takes it from the hash mark, and Crisp clears it out. Watch out for Bianco. He almost ran away with the game. Into the slot now, nobody there. Arnone left it up top. Chris pushes it ahead. Bianco for the hat trick down the far side. Wide of the net. Bucci recovers. He'll shoot. That's blocked. Chipped ahead by Smith right to Crisp. Another shot wide. Bucci. Triple teamed. And here comes McKellar. McKellar with nearly 100 seconds to go. Centered one. Stick lift. Wide to Roy. Threw it across. Looking for that backdoor tap in. Antonacci's pass was deflected. And we get a whistle with the net off. Oh wow, Rafael Munoz goalie stick just broke. Does he have a backup? Yeah, that stick is now getting snapped. He does have a backup. You don't expect that. Timeout was used in that process as well by Connecticut. So both teams have now used their respective timeout. Up at 1:30, Slovakia Kings and the Minnesota Blades here. As well as the ESH National Selects and the Minnesota Machine. Neutral zone face-off, 1:32 to go. Connecticut still trailing by 2. They're going to go no goalie off the face-off here. Putting a lot of trust. Big face-off here between Wams and the Rock. It's poked ahead, and here comes Connecticut. Dura with a shot wide. McKellar turns back. Up to the point. Smith with both Connecticut goals. Finds Janoz for a shot. Save. Rebound. Batted at. And nobody there to put it in. Janoz pressure. Goes down. Oh boy. Southeast wants to call, won't get one. Under a minute. Risky pass, but it pays off. McKellar in a 3-on-1. McKellar across. Antonacci scores! What did we say? It's not over until it's over. 3 unanswered for Connecticut. Has the panic button been pressed on the Southeast bench? No timeouts for either side. We drop the puck right away. 50 seconds to go. And here's Robert McKellar, who just assisted Antonacci, who's still out there. Shot from the top of the circle by Byrne, won't go. Turning back now is DeRoss, sliding it across. Smith in front, and Antonacci couldn't deflect it. Nearly half a minute. Smith trying to keep the zone. Boy, is this getting intense. Antonacci looking back up the wall. Smith across. Janoz, a drive. He fans on it, and Bucci will fire from his own blue line. That's going to be icing. 18.7 to go. Big face-off here to the left of Minot. Connecticut trying to stay undefeated. They need a goal to force overtime. Dura versus Gauthier. One back by Gauthier. Rang around the boards by D'Souza. Bucci can't clear. 10 seconds. Blasted around the boards. Kept in. Byrne got to shoot. 3 seconds. And Southeast Elite is gonna hang on. What a game. That third period goes to show you how good that Finland-Connecticut game is gonna be later. .4-3 final, and now it's time for the national anthem, which I believe would be the Star Spangled Banner. They represent the world, but they are technically Southeast America. Okay, I was wrong.